we are talking about the switch model, how the barrier will be effective enough based on the preventive measure and recovery measure as well. So this is how it looks like. How we manage staff, all right? Staff. So hazard talking about the preventive measures. When we have hazard, we talk about the preventive measures. And the consequences, we can have
So always remember, we got to always think about the two sides of the bow tie. The left side, which is preventative controls, and the right side is for recovery controls to prepare for emergencies.
Yeah.
All right.
So how this relate into our process based on blue zone implementation. So I think okay. Right.
I think cows we can touch the blue zone in the following day. I think let's don't confuse them. My suggestion, just go to the permitted module only.
If you see so, then I think we can talk about it next day. All right.
Yeah. We need to meet our timeline today. Yeah? Okay, so that's a simple understanding of the bow tie and interpretation. Let's move on to the next slide.
Right. We already talked about this. I think we have done the exercise as well. So by putting it all together, I mean hazard, people barriers, equipment barriers, and also we control the harm as well.
So every incident caused by missing or failed barriers, true or false?
So I already gave them the answer.
Go on the next one.
Okay. It is also apply the same switch model. Okay, let's have this. Okay, learning from incident. The incident talking about the person foot's run over by roller. So the root cause, the person walked behind reversing plant and trip. So what is the contributing factor? Anyone can tell us what is the contributing factors?
Can you explain the incident a bit more so that people can understand?
Yeah.
So this is just a scenario to show you some learnings here, where we have this moving equipment, a roller on the side, and the work area where there are people working around there, and resulted a person's foot ran over by a roller. So we're going to discuss what could have resulted to this incident here, and just to initiate the discussion around. So the person walked behind the reversing plant and tripped. So that was the root cause. So what are the contributing factors to this event?
Yes. Maybe you can ask from group C again.
So we need to do this exercise quick. Yeah, I think group A, B, C, I think we need effective communication. The more you guys delay, the more longer you're going to sit today in the training. So we hope that you guys can participate actively. Yeah?
It's highlighted. It's circled the inadequate barrier.
Right.
That's why the person was able to go and overcome this. I think it should have been better barrier than this one.
All right. Another factors. Anyone would like to share?
No banksman.
Sir, there.
No banksman.
All right. What else? Another one more.
How about housekeeping? Is this satisfactory? Is this how we store materials in our project sites?
Sir, first of all, there should be proper housekeeping on site, and if roller is moving on a site, then there should be traffic watch person for roller who instruct.
So remember clearly, when you talk about housekeeping, yeah, you're talking about arrangement of material. When you know that you're going to have moving equipments, people are walking around the area, you need to make sure that you have to clear, you need to have a delineation a delineation of the work areas. You need to have a safe walk pathways. You need to cordon off all the storage materials, equipment, so that people don't step over it, trip and fall, and so on, right? So these are all trip and falling hazard. So if you can see the early root cause, person walked behind reversing plant and tripped. Why he tripped? It could be because of the materials on the ground. And the next is banksman, inadequate supervision while the equipment is moving. And JHE did not include the steps of pushing back spoil, no discussion about how the works need to be done. Is there any LMRA discussed in the morning? So straight away, they would have crew would have just instructed them, okay, can you just go and do this activity without even clear guidance in communicating the risk and effective monitoring and effective intervention also. If the supervisor was there present on site, he could have intervened and said, hey, can you rectify the issues and can you commence the work thereafter? So there could be various contributing factors here. Yeah.
One more thing. Normally, when we reverse this, so there is a siren which goes on, so people gets. So I can see there is something on top of that roller. So
yeah, the strobe lights. You need to make sure that all the strobe lights, audible alarms, sensors, lights are all functioning when the equipments are moving. Right, top of the class, right?
All right, everything should be what we discussed now. Should be under JHA. I mean, should be documented and also discussed during the board meetings together with the LMRE, and also inadequate supervision should be. I mean, in terms of improvise the supervision as well. Having a banksman, flagman, people standing there, supervision. So all these is contributing factors. So how about the next learning from incident? There's a one incident regarding a flash fire and burns to the face and arms. What is the root cause? The root cause is that the person is actually using a power equipment inside a flammable environment. What we can think of the contributing factors in this case? What do you think? There is some hint there.
The hints already given to you, yeah, use of power equipment in flammable environment. So what could have contributed, or what are the contributing factors to the fire?
Nobody detected gas.
Excellent. What else? Gas detection fail in gas detecting or gas detection process.
Can we use powered equipment in a flammable environment? If yes, how and what is required?
Using probably using not non-flammable equipments which are not being used.
Yeah, we must use equipments, those are ATEX rated or certified with CE marking. Yeah, so these are all non-explosion proof type or with the EX marking. So you got to remember either ATEX certifications or with the EX marking. These are all flammable proof if you're going to use it at the retail site, yeah, at the hazardous zone. So be cautious of that that equipments as well, is because it's quite important. And the contributing factors could be the scope change also, right? Person use power equipment inside the flammable environment. Maybe in the method statement they mentioned that they will do manual digging, but instead when you go to site, you're using some powered equipment, hacking, things like that. Or even there could be a change of the activity itself due to various reasons where people decided to shortcut the process. Maybe the activity came to an end closer to the end of the shift or the day, where the team had decided to maybe to expedite the work progress without even having adequate controls. The permit was not detailed and thorough enough. People did not walk the line prior to issue the permit, identifying all the risks and all the hazards. So yeah, all these things could have been the root cause or the contributing factor of the incident.
All right.
And we talk about flash fire, burns to arms. If you use fire retardant clothing, I don't think so you're going to have burns to arms. Correct? It's a full clothing cover, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, let's have some near miss incident, which is there is a near miss electrocution. The root cause cabling within the concrete slab. We have various incidents in nation market, whereby I can see more than 9 incidents happen regarding these underground utilities. We hit the cable, we struck the underground cable, the data cable, power line cable. So here, assuming that you are in the station area now, doing some excavation work and also hacking, so you hit the cable within the concrete slab. So what do you think contribute to this incident? Maybe
Come on, guys, other participants, please contribute. There's no right or wrong answer. I hope if there's communication problem, you can communicate in Urdu. We can translate it for you.
yes, no issue at all. We accept every single language we have in this world. Asim, do you have any idea?
Yeah, probably the electric power is on, which cause electrocution.
Yeah,
Before, but
my question is supposed to be what helped this guy not to get electrocuted, because this is near misses incident, near miss incident. He nearly get the injury. However, he's safe from that situation. So, what essentially saved this guy from getting electrocution or getting electrocuted?
getting insulating some kind of stuff on a slab, like insulation.
You almost there. Maybe you want to see the equipment is fully insulated.
Yeah, probably, or probably it's like shoes,
Mm,
insulation, this
you
kind
hit
of
the
stuff.
All right, without delay, let's discuss what works during this near miss incident. The electrical circuit isolated. First of all, he did the isolation. The lototo, and then the concrete saw the equipment itself, which is you already said just now, is actually insulated. Okay, there is no any damages, or he's not using a substandard equipment, and also he using a right PP, which is glove and also safety shoes or safety boots, which is help him not to get electrocution. All right. Okay, let me brief you guys on this. There's also one near miss incident regarding LSR breach or LSR violation. There's the root cause is that the permit and other document was not in place. So why? What is the contributing factors on this? Basically, okay, if you experience some cases, one contractor appointed by us suddenly been instructed to go to the site urgently because something happened on site. For example, like there is a if you can see the slide now, there is a product leak within the tank sum area. So we simply instruct them to go to site and fix or rectify the things. However, without proper planning, so they simply go to site, urgently do the work, forgetting about the documentation. For example, like permit, no GHA. Luckily, they fill up the WCF, for example. So, contributing to this kind of near miss incident is that the hypo, we call it hypo incident, yeah, because this is LSR breach, no permit issued. And this is also part of the LSR violation. The contractor will be receiving quite big impact in terms of consequence management. The contractor might be terminated, yeah, from Shell program, whereby when there is a LSR violation, we will do investigation. However, the consequences will be termination from the program or removal from the program as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
What type of incident is that? Like I can see the picture. Like what you want to see, I can't better understand.
yeah, the photo doesn't show exactly what is that, but what we would like to discuss here around is that if let's say there is a activity you need to carry out on site and require you to issue permit, for example. So this is where you need to have adequate planning in terms of how you going to carry out the work by issuing a permit, by issuing a GHA, by also fill up the WCF in the station prior to carry out the work. So meaning that by looking at the photos, the contractor, we assuming that contractor would like to do some rectification work at the tank sump area. Okay, but however,
All right. I just want to know what type of activity is that. That's why I'm asking. I know that I understand that they started work without permit and the permit in place. That's why we are reported as a lesser breach. So I just want to understand. Anyway, it's okay.
Okay, understood that. Abid, it can be various activity can be done here. For example, it might be going into the tank sump, which is considered as confined space, which is required. Next, he might need to use a diaphragm pump, which is diaphragm pump normally.
You mean to say high risk activity? It was a high risk activity because
Yes.
the permit we are using only for the high risk activities.
Normally, in this case, if you look at the photos, we'll treat this as a high risk activity, whereby you need to mobilize some equipment, which is some risk some contractor might using non-explosion proof equipment. Hence why permit need to be issued up as part of the control. So when there is a failure on in terms of issuing a permit, it come into LSR violation.
So any job without WCF, it can be reported as LSR?
Sorry, come again?
WCF, without WCF.
Yes.
And
it is of.
It can be reported as an LSR breach?
Basically, WCF is not fall under life saving rule, because life saving rule is talk about the permit issuance.
Permit, yes, exactly.
Only focus on the permit document. Again, I would like, yes, I would like to recall back. In permit tool system, we have 3 mandatory documents, which is
yes,
WCF, GHA job hazard analysis, and also permit. But in life saving rule, we talk about the permit, which is work valid permit, is talking about the permit issuance for high risk activity only. Right? So if let's say you're talking about WCF, no WCF been issued or been filled up by contractor, it is part of LSR breach. Permit to system breach. It is part of permit to system.
Permit to work. Yeah. That's not LSR.
It's not LSR violation. It is permit to system where we can consider of suspension of permit holder. If really he did something intentionally, maybe it can goes up to termination of permit holder as well. There will be another.
He should be disqualified and go for the refresher training and suspend the activity.
Yes, there's a various process of how to determine the consequence. Thanks, Abid, for bringing up the issues. Okay, let's move on. Okay, do you know that there is many incident resulted by the unsafe behavior like this? Can you see people under the cabin, under the container? Okay, so this is what we don't want to happen, because why? There is a reason why in a toolbox meeting early in the morning, we have very clear information cascade down to the front line saying that we can't walk under the load. We have to spell out the life saving rule every day. As Shell partners now, yes, as what I believe Abid is doing it now, coaching the contractor, telling them to perform toolbox meeting early in the morning before start the work. So all this we need to highlight to them, mention to them, saying that LSR is a must for every morning toolbox morning meeting. Okay, just to educate our contractor.
Go back to previous slide. I have one question.
This slide?
Yes. The tank is lifted by a crane. So my question is that the hooks on the tank. So there is not a proper barrication, and the height is 1.5 meter, more than 1.5 meter. So what we can actually do on site?
Okay, thank you, Harun, to bring up the concern. Okay, what essentially we are practicing in local market in Malaysia now, the tank supplier will provide the sling belt or the tank strap for lifting activity at their factory. It is precast. Everything is pre-provided by the tank supplier, whereby all working and high activity will happen at their factory. So at site, we don't need to have to climb up on top of the tank and installing the sling bag. Okay. So
Actually,
No.
was sometimes the hook point. Sorry, Arun. Sometimes the hook points is the built-in hook points. They are above the
On the
especially in
top of the
container.
tank.
Yeah, not tank, even ISO container. If you talk about the ISO containers, the hold points and hook points are on the top of the. So once in a while, when they need to be tackle the slings or wires, they once the rigger they should be go up to the tank just for the hooking the tackles.
we
And they
should
need
not we should not do that. We should not perform that on site where we already align across all the tank supplier. When they supply the tank, it should come with the tank sling as well. I mean the sling bag. It's
No,
already there.
I'm talking about generally like all type of liftings, especially in because we have
Yes.
in
Understood that.
ISO containers and some time of like this bulk package. So they have the hook points at the top of the
Yeah. We call it
yeah
ILAC. We
yeah
have the ILAC out of the tank, so we need to install the sling bag, right?
yeah.
I am
So Harun is asking that whenever the guys, the riggers, you want to go up to the tank to lifting tackles to hook up the
Yep.
lifting tackles, so it becomes the 1.8 meter more than height. So it becomes a work at height lesser bridge.
Yes, this
Because
is
it
what.
is just for a while, just a 2 or 3 minute job. He just go up, hooking the tackles, and then come down. All right, but there is no, there is no PFA and there's no fall protection barriers there.
All right. To be honest, if you look at the right process or right processes, you need to erect your scaffold and then make a proper platform, walking platform on top. So it might takes you around 1 hour plus to prepare all the necessary control, just to unhook the sling, only, right? All right.
Exactly.
We have to smart managing this on site, whereby
So in the open discussion, I'm asking because sometimes we face these issues in at our side. So Vinu is here, so we can ask and Bhuvan.
yeah. So wait, give me one moment.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no any fixed answer when it talks about the common practice. But again, when it backs to the right practices, you should be having a right working platform and so on. But again, I already experienced this quite some time, which is it needs to be done within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's just a very simple job. However, we have to be smart managing this by applying necessary control using ALAP concept as low as reasonably practicable, which is if you need to climb up. I don't have the answer for now to you guys, but you need to have a very proper way to let them perform the activity. So that's why
Yeah, mostly in my experience, I just want to share in my last experience that what we do. Of course, the crane is always there whenever we need to lift any equipments like container or tanks. So what do I do? The riggers he won the safety belt, and for the ladder we go up. He went up to the top of the tank or containers. So we hook up that the lanyard to the crane, and meanwhile the guys he will hook up the all tackles, and then he when he comes down from the ladder, then we remove the safety harness. So usually we do this practice.
Yes, understood, Abid. But to me, I would like to differ the idea, saying that there is no way you can simply have a lifeline without professional engineer approval.
No, no,
So
no,
meaning
no.
that, yeah, understood
2 minute
that.
job.
Yeah, I understood that because why?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm well understood on that. Yeah, because when you ask PE, we call it PE, professional engineer. One question: can we just hook at the crane body or crane boom and all these? They actually not really accept that kind of method, for example. So that's why again in our industry and practices now, for all tank installation program, the tank supplier should provide together with the sling bag. So meaning that on site there is no any working height for them to put the sling bag and hook and then only do the lifting activity. So we already agreed to that. After they hook, they lift up the tank and then the
Okay,
tank.
Gauss, we know here. Big, we know here. Sorry. So the lifting of the issue of the lifting of tank, right? I have a section with you tomorrow in regards to lifting, where we do have something innovative, where how to lift the tank and so on. So I'll share the video tomorrow as well as some
Yes.
good practices.
Luckily, you remind me on that, Yeah, we have that.
So we can share you. So I agree with you. Nowadays, the risk of falling chances is very high. So in Malaysian market, so we do the risk assessment. So we bring some required controls to minimize the impact, minimize the risk of people falling from the tank. So means the surface of the tank. So this in place. We will go through. Means I will go through. I guide you guys. Go through with the tank lifting. How the safe tank lifting controls and requirement tomorrow.
Yeah, keep your question with you.
Yeah, please work at height, because I need to discuss more two or more three issues. So we will be discuss on this platform. It will be better.
That's a good topic, and thank you, Vinod. We would like to learn from there and see what we can do to avoid this in our market.
Correct. If you want to bring the section separately, also you let me know. I can bring you separately, maybe 5 or 10 minutes after these training sections. You just noted down what are things you want to ask specifically, in details, because it takes time, a lot of times. So I have no issue. I can bring you off record. We have some other section, similar section, maybe half an hour, 1 hour in the similar Skype or Microsoft Team, and I'll explain the lifting process in detail. It takes time.
In addition to that, maybe Anand and Abid, if let's say Abid, you like to bring Anand together during the fortnightly meeting, then you can invite Anand separately, send the invite and ask Anand to join as well. If let's say the issues is a bit concerning in terms of how you manage that, Anand, you are most welcome to the fortnightly meeting, which is we're gonna have twice a month. All right.
So your question, I know working height. I take this separately. The working height, because with Shell, when come to Shell, there's a working height procedure, version 3.1. I think 3.1. Yeah, 3.1, the latest one. In that document, we can see the to do and so on and so on. So I'll explain further, because that topics more detail I need to explain.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Vino. Okay, back to the slide. Just a bit sharing in terms of factors influencing risk tolerance. This is 10 identified factors which is influencing the risk tolerance. Why people tend to tolerate with the risk? Because of overestimating, familiarity with the task. They know the seriousness of the potential outcomes, and also it involved with the voluntary action, personal experience. Past 20 years, there is no any incident related to the job, related to his wrongdoing. He might think there's right to do things, but basically wrongdoing based on personal experience, and they know about the cost of non-compliance. If I do this, no one will penalize me, for example. And then confident in the equipment, they're really confident on the equipment, for example, like crane, there's no inspection at all, or even the breaker, there's no any regular inspection. So all this because of confidence in equipment. And other than that, protection and rescue, they're also confident on that. Simply use the safety harness without checking. Suddenly, when using, it's detached from the body strap. Okay, and then potential profit gain from actions, and also the last one is the most impactful factor, which is influencing risk tolerance. We as a role model accepting the risk. For example, when you go to site, contractor asks you, Mr. Asad Iqbal, can we do this? The thing is, they ask is actually the wrong things, okay, the wrongdoing. Then simply say, it's okay, just do whatever you can. So meaning that you as a role model, I'm not saying you as just a bit of example, meaning that we as a project manager or myself, safety practitioner, simply accepting the risk without analyzing, without advising them in terms of what needs to be done correctly and safely. So this is what we don't want to have within our organization as Minehut EPCM managing share program. Okay, so again, safety is not a natural behavior. Okay, this is very common sense codes, very familiar code. Safety is not a natural behavior. It needs to be educated. For example, like this photo, just imagine this is some sort of like shortcutting, take for granted, and related to risk tolerance as well. They already tolerate with risk, okay, based on experience. Sorry, my daughter just back. They are actually been sent off to babysitter, but they came back. All right, let's continue. Sorry for the distraction. Okay. Even like this photo, it is all related to all hazard or any incident in this world is related to the unsafe behavior. Okay, they know they can do that, but still they got no choice. That's the common term. They got no choice. So, Vino, can you please help me to take through Prova? Vino, you there?
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So what Gauss basically was saying, it is a human behavior. The human be. Hey, please show the slide. Our friend left with us. Gauss. Yeah. Okay. So basically, it's about a human behavior. So when we do incident reportings, we can see unsafe act and unsafe behavior. So a bit you might sounds understand what I'm trying to say, right? So here we're talking about behavior. So workers' behavior that caused the incident and injuries. This is what Gauss was earlier explaining to you by series of incidents photos you showed to you. Next, right? Gauss.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Move on.
Okay. Let me continue. You know, I managed.
Okay.
To put them in the different room.
All right.
Okay. Back to here. Okay. We're gonna have 10 minutes breakout room. So Abid, maybe you can prepare our after receiving my instruction to have a breakout room. Okay, let me explain first. In the engagement in every stages, so this is what we always discuss with contractor. As you can see, we have, sorry. As you can see here, we have a plan stage. Okay, there's one, meaning that we need to review the scope work. We need to assess the hazard, work clearances, and also permit to work system, which is entirely the document itself, WCF, GHA, and the permit. Okay, and then what we need to prepare at the prepare stage, we talk about safety meeting, site engagement, understanding the controls, discuss the limitation, and also talk about the last minute risk assessment. and how we apply the or implement the controls. Okay, the next is execution. At the execution stage, we talk about the pause or stop for a while. Why? Because we already apply LMRE, last minute risk assessment. Okay, what is this all about? We're going to explain in detail what is LMRE later on, and it talks about supervising the work as well during execution. Okay, this is a bit summary of every stages, starting from plan, prepare, execute, and last but not least is learn stage.